All right. Today we're doing a deep dive into something you probably have in your kitchen right now, the tomato. We're going way beyond just, slicing it for a sandwich. We want to trace how this fruit went from being genuinely feared to being, well, everywhere.
Yeah.
And let's get that out of the way. Botanically, it's a berry, so it's a fruit. But honestly, that's kind of the least interesting part of its story. To really get it, we need to go back. Way back.
Exactly. We're talking ancient origins here. The Andes Mountains, think Peru, Ecuador, Chile today, the Aztecs and the Mayans, they were the ones who actually started cultivating it, maybe around 500 BCE. And the name comes from the Aztec word tomato. Basically meant plump fruit, makes sense. But it was the Spanish conquistadors who brought it over to Europe in the 1500s. And that's where things got complicated.
Okay, let's dig into that. Europe's reaction wasn't exactly welcoming, right? You got this nickname, the poison apple. Why? What was going on?
Well, this is a fascinating bit. It wasn't the tomato itself. It was, believe it or not, dinnerware.
Dinnerware? Yeah. Seriously?
Seriously. See, the European aristocracy, the wealthy folks, they ate off these fancy pewter plates. And pewter, back then especially, often contained a lot of lead.
Ah, okay. I think I see where this is going.
Right. Tomatoes are naturally quite acidic, so that acid would leach the lead right out of the pewter plates and into the food. People got sick, sometimes died from lead poisoning, but they blamed the new exotic fruit they were eating off those plates.
Wow. So the rich thought it was poison because their plates were literally poisoning them.
Pretty much. It's this incredible example of how social class and technology, or lack thereof, shaped food history.
And the irony.
The irony is that the poor, who were eating from simple wooden bowls or trenchers, they were perfectly fine. They didn't have lead plates. So they were actually among the first Europeans to enjoy tomatoes safely, while the rich were scared off for, well, generations.
That is quite a twist. It really changes how you think about it.
It does. And even after the poison link was eventually sort of debunked or faded, the suspicion lingered. Take Italy. We think of Italy as tomato central now, right? Pizza, pasta sauce.
Absolutely. Can't imagine Italian food without it.
Well, they were actually really hesitant. For almost 200 years after it arrived in Europe, Italians didn't really use it much in cooking.
2 centuries. Wow. What finally changed their minds?
It seems the turning point was a cookbook, basically. The first known Italian recipe featuring tomatoes, specifically a kind of Spanish-style tomato sauce, was published in Naples. That was in 1692. And that seemed to open the floodgates. Suddenly you see it pairing up with pasta, olive oil, the combinations we know and love today.
And once Italy embraced it, well, the rest is history, judging by the sheer scale of it now.
Oh, the scale is enormous. We're talking over 180 million tons produced globally every single year.
180 million? That's hard to even picture.
It is. Think about this. That's more than bananas, apples, and oranges combined.
No way. More than all of those.
Yeah. And just a bit of trivia for you. The biggest producer in the world today, it's China.
Okay, that scale is one thing, but you mentioned complexity earlier. And this is where it gets really interesting, right? The genetics.
Yes, the genetics are frankly staggering. We talk about variety. There are over 10,000 known varieties of tomatoes.
10,000. I can maybe name like 5?
Exactly. Reds, yellows, purples, greens, even blackish ones. And that diversity ties back to its genes. So get this. The tomato genome has about 31,760 genes.
Okay. 31,000. Is that a lot? How does that compare?
It's a lot compared to humans. We have somewhere between maybe 20,000 and 25,000 genes.
Wait, tomatoes have significantly more genes than humans do.
That's right, which is partly why they're such a key subject for genetic research, understanding things like ripening, disease resistance, and, of course, flavor and color.
Let's talk color for a second. That classic red, that's lycopene, isn't it?
That's the one. Lycopene is the pigment, but it's also a really powerful antioxidant.
Good stuff. And here's a key takeaway for you listening. Cooking tomatoes actually makes that lycopene more bioavailable.
Meaning your body can absorb and use it better.
Exactly. So that tomato sauce on your pasta or even ketchup might actually give you more of lycopene's benefits than eating a raw tomato.
That's good to know. Kind of counterintuitive.
It is a bit, yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up, we have to mention some of the stranger facts, like the sheer size some of these things can reach.
The giant tomatoes, right. The world record holder weighed in at 8.6 pounds.
8.6 pounds. That's like a bowling ball or a small baby.
Pretty much. It's incredible what selective breeding can do.
So we've gone from Andean staple to feared poison to global food giant to genetic superstar.
And it doesn't even stop there. Think about this final little journey for the tomato, ketchup.
Right, ketchup, ubiquitous condiment. Well, back in the 1830s, it was actually marketed and sold as medicine. People thought it could cure indigestion, diarrhea, jaundice, all sorts of things.
Ketchup as medicine. That's wild.
Isn't it? And then fast forward to today, where else have tomatoes shown up? Space.
Space tomatoes.
Yeah, NASA scientists have successfully grown tomatoes, apparently surprisingly sweet ones, aboard the International Space Station.
Okay, so from Aztec tomato to feared poison apple, lead plates, Italian sauce, 180 million tons, complex genes, ketchup medicine, and now space. That's quite the resume.
It really is an astonishing history for such a, common fruit.
So what's the bottom line here? I guess next time you're having pizza or pasta or even just a salad, maybe take a second. You're not just eating some simple ingredient. You're eating something ancient, incredibly complex genetically that survived centuries of bad PR, traveled the globe, and even made it to space. Not bad for a humble fruit.